The Archangel was the last of her kind. Once a deep space exploration ship, she'd survived wars, betrayal, and the loss of her entire fleet. Now alone on the galaxy's edge, her battered hull limped through darkness, chased by enemies who wanted every trace of her erased. Captain Sara Holt sat on the bridge, staring at a flickering star chart. She was gaunt from weeks without proper sleep, her eyes bloodshot but sharp. Round her, the skeleton crew did their best. Ishan, the gentle engineer, patched fuel lines with scrap and hope. Leo, the scarred ex-marine, kept one eye on the sensors and one on the old plasma rifle at his feet. Ava, their medic and pilot, used caffeine, adrenaline, and pure stubbornness to keep everyone going. Moth, the ship's half-broken AI, its voice sometimes warbling, sometimes deeply human. Far behind them, a Consortium warcruiser burned in pursuit, no hails, no mercy, just a relentless will to finish what they started. Coordinates locked. Suddenly, Moth's voice cut through the silence. Distress call detected. Captain. Non-human, but urgent. Leo cursed. It's a trap.
Has to be.
Sara shook her head. Even if it is, we can't ignore it. Not our way. Ava looked up from the nav controls. Course plotted. It's a long shot, but it might buy us time. Sara nodded. All right. We help who we can, and maybe, just maybe, we help ourselves. The Archangel turned toward the unknown, battered engines whining as the black closed in behind them. The place looked deserted, but Moth's scans showed heat signatures. Life faint and scattered, trapped underground. They heard voices, a group of alien miners, pale-skinned and wide-eyed, huddled around a broken generator. The signal led them to a dying asteroid mining outpost, a handful of habitats, and a single flickering beacon. Sara led the boarding team with Leo and Ava behind her, and Ishan guiding them by radio. Inside, the corridors were half collapsed, the air thick with dust and fear. We're here to help, Sara called, lowering her weapon. Spindly, alien barely taller than a child, stepped forward, desperation in their trembling voice. Consortium came, destroyed our relay, trapped us. Many hurt, no way out. Leo watched the shadows tense. We're on the clock. Consortium ships moving in. The outpost's lights flickered and died, plunging them into red-lit darkness. He tossed a grenade, sealing a passage and buying precious seconds. Ava worked fast, using portable medkits to patch wounds. Ishan's voice crackled over comms. Moth overrode security protocols, the AI's tone fierce and protective. Power grid's fried, but I might be able to reroute the docking clamps. I'll need a few minutes. Sara comforted the aliens, urging them to follow. Trust us. Humans don't leave anyone behind. They traded fire in the docking tunnel. Sara's sidearm clicking empty as Leo tackled an enemy, and Ava dragged a child to safety. Suddenly, the ground shook. Distant explosions. Consortium boarding pods were landing. The countdown had started. They raced through collapsing tunnels, carrying the weakest and guiding the rest. Leo scouted ahead, exchanging shots with Consortium troopers. Ava's steady hands kept a wounded miner alive, even as she stumbled over debris. Ava, breathing hard, guided the ship through the debris. While Moth projected a shield that flickered and sparked under stress, Ishan, sweating in the engine room, tried to coax a few more jumps out of the dying core. On the Archangel, Ishan worked a miracle hode-wiring the clamps, forcing the docking tube open with sheer force of will and a spray of sparks. Captain, I am not letting you die here. Docking sequence forced. Move now. Sara led the group out as Consortium troopers closed in. All around them, the outpost shook, ploding from sabotage. Ishan yelled, I've got them.
Hacking tubes.
Open, hurry. The ship lunged forward, shaking apart but impossibly. It slipped through the Consortium blockade, leaving their pursuers firing blindly into the void. The last survivor stumbled through the hatch as the tunnel collapsed behind them. Ava wiped blood from her brow and checked the miners for injuries. The Archangel ripped free just as the mining outpost exploded, sending rocks and fire spinning into space. She looked at the ragtag group of survivors huddled on her deck, their lives now woven into the story of the Archangel. Consortium warship is closing, Moth warned. Weapons locked. Sara gritted her teeth. We can't outrun them. Not like this. The Archangel limped onward. One light among millions in the endless black. And that, no matter the odds, you never leave anyone behind. Leo locked down the cargo bay, preparing to repel boarders. The alien survivors watched in terrified silence as the Consortium ship filled the view screen. Ava whispered, "If we're going down, at least we go down together." Sara put a hand on the console. "We're not finished yet, not as long as this crew's breathing." She nodded to Moth. "Do it. All power to the engines just once." The Archangel's reactor screamed as Moth pushed it beyond its limits. Silence returned to the battered ship. Ishan patched leaks. Leo watched the sensors, alert for trouble. Sara slumped in her chair, exhaustion and relief fighting for space in her chest. Moth's voice softened, more human than ever. "We did it, Captain. You saved them." Sara nodded, emotion thick in her throat. "We saved each other." Outside, the Consortium ship fell away, lost in the darkness. Maybe they weren't heroes. Maybe the galaxy would forget them. But today, they answered the call. Today, a human crew and a ship that refused to die proved that hope was stronger than fear. And somewhere, far from home, the legend of the Archangel grew.